Hello, and welcome to Spooky Tales with Isaac Blood. Simply named because I'm Isaac Blood, and I tell spooky tales. Are you ready? Let's get spooky! So, I've talked about ghosts, I've talked about aliens, now I'm going to talk about a witch. Now, there have been many witches in Britain throughout history, and if you've heard of at least one of them, more than likely it will be Mother Shipton. Before I talk about the lady herself, here's some information about the site, as pictured here in Exhibit A. In 1630, King Charles I sold the estate to a local gentleman named Sir Charles Slingsby, who created the park as you see it today, and it has entertained many visitors for almost 400 years, with its natural beauty, petrifying well, wishing well, museum, themed events, and of course the cave itself. So, let's talk more about some of those things. Exhibit B, the Petrifying Well. Talking of magic, there is something very magical about this well. Well, it would seem so at least. This well has a power to turn items to stone, hence the name. So, how does that work? Well, magic. No, it's a natural phenomenon due to the high mineral content of water. A small teddy bear will take 3 to 5 months to petrify, while larger items can take 6 to 12 months. You can even purchase a stone teddy bear in the museum, if you wish. There's been a long-running tradition where celebrities who visit the site leave an item of theirs to be petrified. Jonathan Ross once left a pair of his boxer shorts. Wow, what a gift. Jonathan Ross's underwear. Thanks, Jonathan. Exhibit C. So this is a cave, and that is Mother Shipton. Well, a statue of her at least. In 1488, a 15-year-old pregnant girl called Agatha Sontale was banished from Knaresborough for not naming the baby's father, so they assumed she was carrying the devil's child. I guess being a single parent in 1488 wasn't so popular. Agatha came to the cave for some peace and quiet while seeking shelter from a thunderstorm. The baby was born in July 1488, but interestingly, unlike most babies that have just been born, she did not cry. Instead, she cackled. She also had a crooked nose, bent back, and twisted legs. She was named Ursula. Yes, the Mother Shipton came later. Ursula lived in the cave for the first 2 years of her life. At that point, the Abbot of Beverley got involved, sending Agatha to a convent in Nottinghamshire. Ursula was adopted by a local family. She was bullied at school for her outward appearance, but was very talented and excelled well in her studies. She became known for her many prophecies, one of them being the Great Fire of London. She said, "The houses of London shall fall, and men walk upon rooftops, a ruined city where scarcely a house was left to provide a flagon of wine." Well, that sounds spooky. When the fire struck in 1666, Samuel Pepys wrote in his diary, "Mother Shipton's word is out." At the age of 24, she married a man named Toby Shipton. He was supposedly a bit of a looker, so people assumed that she must have cast a love spell on him. Maybe he just wasn't shallow. He died 2 years later, and again, people thought he died because Mother Shipton cast a spell on him. Wow, people really were against this poor lady from the get-go. Mother Shipton also prophesied the downfall of the Archbishop of York, Cardinal Thomas Wolsey, stating that he would see York but never reach it. The prophecy was fulfilled when Wolsey went to Cawood Castle, saw York from the tower, but then was arrested for treason and died on the return journey. Incidentally, he was very ill. Now, how about a really spooky prophecy? Let's go back to Exhibit A. Here we are. So that's the entrance to the site, and the street is called Highbridge. And as we know, many of Mother Shipton's prophecies really did come true. And if you bear that in mind, it makes this particular prophecy extremely spooky. Mother Shipton said, "The world shall end when the High Bridge is thrice fallen." Now, here comes the really spooky part. The bridge has already fallen twice. The World's End pub, just next to Mother Shipton's cave, that's where it gets its name. They do really nice chip butties, by the way. I mean, really nice. Now, it's fair to say Mother Shipton didn't exactly have it easy, with her husband dying so young and people mocking her because of her appearance. However, it could have been much worse. Henry VIII outlawed witchcraft in 1542, making it punishable by death. The act was then repealed 5 years later by his son, Edward VI. Then, in 1563, 2 years after Mother Shipton's death, the act was reinstated by Elizabeth I. I can only guess that between 1542 and 1547, Mother Shipton kept the sorcery to a minimum, or just got lucky. So although her life was full of struggles, she lived a long one for the time, leaving this world at the age of 73. Want to hear more spooky tales? Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Stay spooky!